to make the overall health insurance promise work. And we saw an opportunity where a technology solution which could connect all parties, make information flow happen real time in a seamless fashion, and at the same time give everybody the confidence that they were not overexposed in a transaction from an information perspective. That is what could really deliver what we wanted to achieve. So to simplify the overall, story, what we are really trying to achieve here is one very simple thing. What we want is when a customer walks into a hospital, we want him to have literally like a hotel check-in, check-out experience for their medical procedures. Why do we want to do that? Because what we see is that, today you can pretty much stand outside an airport, buy a ticket on the fly on an. But God forbid if you're sick and you're inside a hospital, then you got to pretty much run around from one desk to another, make sure you have an ID card, a KYC, and a whole lot of other things. And only at the end of that transaction and the other party is then processing that information, do you really get a decision whether your insurance that you actually purchased as a customer will actually be useful in that time of need. And this is where we think the power of blockchain comes in. The power of everything that we're trying to do comes in. So what we have done is we worked with BirthVenue to develop a system which now has different modules, and they all come together nicely and neatly to deliver the endpoint experience that a customer needs to have. And what you see listed on the screen on the left side is really what is happening inside the the system. So there is a policy that comes in. It has a smart contract structure. Every individual policy or a policy that gets issued to a customer, we convert that into a smart contract. Now you have a set of rules created on which we then bring the input. So you have the processing side ready. The input side is now coming from about 8 to 10,000 hospitals who are sending data to this system in their own formats, in their own versions, right? This has been another problem in the health insurance industry, that there is no standardization of data. So what we've done is we've created the provider side interface, the hospital side interface, where they submit the claim information without actually changing their existing process. And what the True Claim system is doing is it is standardizing that entire data into a structure and then passing it on to the insurance company and the TPA to make a decision on the fly. We went a step beyond that, and we then and with the BirthVenue team, what we have created now is the True Claim platform, which on the fly pretty much adjudicates and decides 95% of a claim output. Okay, so the only effort that is now left with the processing teams that are sitting inside an insurance company or a third-party administration company is they open their screen and they say, oh, this claim is okay to pass. All I need to do is say okay or not okay or add my comments, and that's it. So what we've essentially done is we've taken a transaction that otherwise used to take anywhere between 45 to 60 minutes, and it could even go up to about 3 to 6 hours sometimes in case of a discharge, and crunch that literally into under 10 minutes per transaction. And what we are hoping to deliver on the front end is a customer standing at the counter inside a hospital actually gets an SMS real time saying your claim is submitted. In about 5 minutes time, then gets an answer saying, by the way, we will take care of you. Your claim is approved. You can go forward and take admission and get treated, right? So that's really what we think the blockchain can deliver. Where I think it becomes complex is, like I said, the trust factor is very, very important. And this is where building the fraud prevention modes has been created, leveraging the technology. And what we're trying to do is make sure that the handshakes at each stage of the claim journey are happening in a manner which is extremely controlled. Now, I'm not a technology guy by background, and that is where, the expertise that BirthVenue team has brought in for us are incredibly useful. What we went to them is with a problem statement. We said, we don't want hospital to see everything. They only have to see what is relevant to them. And we want the insurance company to see everything. We want TPA to have their own share of information. So that is where the decision to use a hyperledger kind of a structure with a controlled blockchain, with controlled, information view has been enabled. And we are, as a matter of fact, right now we have 3 lakh users who are using the True Claim platform to view their insurance benefits. We are now in the process of going live with the health claim transactions for one of the TPAs, and where we will, by the end of the year, process about 150,000 claim transactions across 7,000 hospitals in the country, right? The target is that we want to expand this to other insurance companies and TPAs, and we will go to about 1 million plus claims over a period of next 1.5 to 2 years. That's our roadmap. We are also one of the companies who are in the Ayushman Bharat, shortlist companies. Ayushman Bharat has been running a competition. So we are one of the companies whose technology has been acknowledged as futuristic, is something that can fundamentally disrupt mass health scheme delivery, where, Ayushman Bharat members can now get easy access to their insurance benefits when they walk into a hospital. So with that, I'll pause because it kind of summarizes what we are trying to achieve using blockchain. There is a lot more detail to it in terms of the smaller processes that we are trying to eliminate by leveraging blockchain and by leveraging the tech platform that we've built. With the entire, the focus is on, like we said, making insurance work for the end user who has actually put in their hard-earned money to buy a product that they don't fully